What is up, everyone? Welcome to A Sum of Two Buses. In lieu of our regular scheduled programming of airing episode 10, instead, today's episode will be a video from a quick mix challenge I did a couple days back. A group of engineers and myself had 15 minutes to mix a band. We had the ability to lay out our console ahead of time. We got a track list, but we didn't get a gain structure and we didn't know what the inputs sounded like. Now, every engineer had a different approach to this challenge, but I thought it would be interesting to approach it the same way I would approach a fly-in one-off festival show, where I didn't know the band and I was hired to mix them, but I didn't have a gain structure, I didn't have multi-tracks, and I also didn't have a file to go in with, forcing me to pre-program the file before the show, usually on the plane. The only thing that's not quite like a real-world scenario is generally you would be able to get some kind of gain structure in the headphones before you started the show. Generally. I always route my left-right to my PFL. That way, during line check, I can keep my main mix open in my headphones, and I can keep the matrix feed to the PA muted. That way I could get a good balance of my inputs in my headphones before the show. Now, this challenge is about setting up the desk in the best possible way for you to utilize your own muscle memory in your workflow in order to work as fast as possible. Maybe 15 minutes seems like a small amount of time, which it does feel like a small amount of time. But on average, I feel like most engineers at a festival that are working with a band for the first time are trying to get a mix somewhat together in the first 2 to 3 songs so they can focus on levels for the duration of the show. The rules. Set up your scene/show file. This does not include any mixing. Do not listen to the tracks until you're ready to mix. Set up to record your mix. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Once the 15 minutes are up, you may mix the last song as it's running, just like a show. One last thing to note, since it was an Allen and Heath challenge, I decided to keep it all within the DLive platform, just to keep it easy and clean. So now that we know the rules, I'm going to play the video that I recorded of me doing this 15-minute mix challenge. This will also include the additional pass at the end. I'm also going to add captions below, so I can try to explain what it is I'm focusing on at that given moment.
Double cherry. I smell sex and candy. Yeah. Who's that lounging in my chair? Who's that casting deep stares in my direction? My mother surely is a dream. Caffeine, too much caffeine, now there she was. is a dream. My love is a dream. Hanging around downtown by myself, and I've had too much caffeine. Candy, yeah. Lounging in my chair.
Well, that's kind of interesting, right? Not sure if you could see my hands shaking, but this definitely got the adrenaline pumping. I also took the challenge one step further. I decided to save 3 different scenes in the DLive. One at the starting point with the mix flat. The second scene is at the 15-minute mark. And then I worked on the mix for another hour, and then I saved that as the third scene. Why would you do that? Whoa, I almost forgot about you. Now I think there might be a lot of people out there that may not audibly comprehend what it is we engineers actually do. And I thought being able to jump through these 3 progression points of a mix would be a very obvious way to demonstrate what it is we engineers do and how much of a difference that we can make. So let's go ahead and listen to these scenes back to back.
I smell sex and candy. Yeah. Who's lounging in my chair? Who's casting deep stares in my direction? I smell sex and candy. Yeah. Who's lounging in my chair? Who's casting deep stares in my direction? I smell sex and candy. Yeah. Who's lounging in my chair? Who's casting deep stares in my direction?
See, I love back-to-back comparisons. It reveals a lot about the progression of the mix. And like I said before, it's also great for demonstrating to all of our non-engineer friends what it is we actually do as engineers. I hope you enjoyed this lengthy detour. Next week, we'll jump back into our original plan of part 1 of 2 on manual delay compensation. Well, that's it for this episode of A Sum of Two Buses. If you dug it, please like, please share, and please subscribe. Until next time, take care and be safe.
I smell sex and candy. Yeah.